Welcome to this week's installment of the G&P So Luck Siu Mei Factory. After last week's experiment, I decided to add shrimp to this batch of siu mei mix. Water chestnuts, dried mushrooms, a little bit of minced carrot, the usual condiments. The recipe will be spelled out and posted on this video. I did manage to find the small size dumpling wrappers, also known as gyoza wrappers, if that's how you pronounce it. There's 50 in a package. I've already started. I've got 24 siu mei already set up to be steamed. Last week I had only found the large wrappers, and we made them, and we got about a yield of 48. There is 24, 48, and I still have about half the meat left over. These are pre-floured already with cornstarch. My father, when he used to cook, used to use an egg wash to seal them up. I found it to be unnecessary. A little bowl of water, and away you go. Roughly, with this size wrapper, a little meatball size is enough. That's about the proper serving size for what you get in the Hong Kong and tea houses, Chinatown. I know we got them in Houston because I had to go visit them. I'm sure there's one or two, maybe more, in San Francisco. I don't know if any of the other largest cities have it, but that's pretty much it. You can scoop it out by hand. I don't usually use a measuring device, but I figured it'd be good for the video. Boom. And that's really all it is. If you feel like it's a little heavy or a little much, just take a pinch off and add it to the next pile. It's not an exact science. This is not portion control. These are fun to make, fun to eat. They steam quickly, 10 minutes for the small sizes that I'm doing this trip. They freeze well. I'm lazy. I don't like making my own white rice. So I usually just go to a Chinese restaurant and buy 2 quarts of it and keep it in the fridge. See, this one's a little large. I'll pinch off for that, put it on there. Done. Like I said, this is a slightly doctored recipe. When I was a kid, I was very picky about my foods. I didn't like shrimp, I didn't like carrot. If I saw a vegetable, I didn't want it. So when Dad started making them, he didn't have shrimp or carrots visible. Naturally, as I got older, I realized what I was missing, and the first batch I made last week, I chose to stay true to my father's recipe. This batch, I realized the shrimp definitely adds a certain flavor to the siu mei that it needs. The ground pork is 80-20, 80% lean. Strangely enough, it's here available in every supermarket in Texas. Up in New York, you can only find it in the city. I don't understand why. We used to have to go to Chinatown to get ground pork, or believe it or not, an Italian Salameria store, Salameria. When we moved upstate, couldn't find it to save our lives, and therefore our siu mei production slacked off. Oops, this guy fell over. We'll just pinch off a little bit here and there and bring him over. Like I said, it's not an exact science. We got one wrapper unfilled. It's okay, there's a couple of extra wrappers in case you tear. So, to wrap, dip your fingers in some cool water, tepid, lukewarm. After it sits on the counter for a little while, that's what it is. Wet the outside rim, grab an end, pinch, rotate it, swing it around. I like to push it down with my thumb and my forefinger. And there you have a Siu Mei. We'll put that there. I'll show you again in case my fingers were in the way. Moist, tacky. Doop, 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 push. Doop. Sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm going to get up and... Okay, let's see. And we'll just leave that there. Dip the fingers around the outside. Again, there is no awards for neatness. This is, you want to make photogenic Siu Mei, great. I'm making them to eat. There you go. It goes a lot quicker when you God, I can't speak. A lot quicker when you're not trying to demonstrate for the camera. A dwarf. There's just two of us, so 1.5 pounds of meat goes a long way. This size, 8 to 10 per person in a serving is usually what we do. Don't want to gorge yourselves on them, but I've been known to. I have been requested by the gentleman I befriended at the Asian market in College Station and his mom, I guess it's his mom, they want me to bring a few by for a taste test. Apparently they were quite impressed with my last round. I showed him pictures on Facebook and his mother was like, well, bring them in. So a few of these will get an official Oriental taste test. And that's it. And you just keep going till you get them. And I'm using my father's steamer. He didn't care for bamboo, so he bought this in Chinatown, and it's got sentimental value, so this is what we cooked in. This is what I'm using it for. He oiled the pan. I'm using a steamer liner. They work really well. And if you space them just right, you should be able to get 24 of these small size, evenly spaced in a steamer tray. And that's it. Steam them 10 minutes, let them cool, throw them on a bed of white rice, and have your lunch. I'll let you know how it comes out.